Thank you very much, Dr. Anju, for introducing me. And I'm really invigorated in looking at my former colleagues and their smiling faces. I think I'm 5 years younger now. The moment I got email from Dr. Kamal Gupta, and I'm proud to say I am one of his teachers, and I was really tickled. But at the same time, I think I was agitated also. So it's a matter of what we say, gudgudi and khalvali. Why khalvali? Because first, let me just start with gudgudi. I was really thinking that all my nostalgic memories would come back, all my memory buttons would be pressed, and I'll be able to share. But then khalbali in the sense, oh, all these of my esteemed colleagues have seen me as a teacher, but would they really accept me as I was a student in this college? That really agitated me. But then, in other words, I'll have to do so many confessions. Okay, I'm prepared for that. Let us begin. To my younger colleagues, why I was agitated? Because I thought I'll be the oldest participant here. And therefore, I would belong to the Archaeozoic era. But then after listening to Professor Harish and to Alok Kumar, I thought maybe I am in the Paleozoic era, a little later. But then to my younger colleagues, let me just say a few words, because you have to go back to the memory lane with me like a time machine. People have talked about South Campus. They've talked about the Diwar of the college. They have talked about CR Park, and they have talked about BSc Honors. Let me tell you, friends, I joined in 1969, my BSc, and there was none of it. There was only one bus, number 5, which was coming from Shadipur Depot, and its frequency was about 1.5 hours. Hardly you could find any people on the street. Kalkaji was a bustling colony, all right, of refugees, and the building was nothing but a legacy of the memories of partition. If you still remember, our biochemistry department was located in the stables. That particular old building belonged to the horse stables. So I just want to take you back. There was no Diwar, there was absolutely no Xerox, no mobile, no South Campus, and always a fight between the dadas of Chirag Delhi and the dadas of Kalkaji, and we used to have fun. The college campus was a thoroughfare. There was no Diwar. Everybody, subah, people with datun would cross the college. But having said all that, it was, I think, the best part of my life. Let me start with my confession number 1. How destiny shapes everything. My younger colleagues, for my stint of 42 years in my college in teaching, I think I have never shared this. And now is the time. In 1969, my mother used to teach in Deshbandhu College in the evening. She was a professor of English. I got maximum marks in English. So the obvious choice was, you go for English honors. So I got admission in St. Stephen's in English honors. Looking at my background and my mother, I said, मैं जूते गांठूंगा, लाइफ में कभी टीचर नहीं बनूंगा. क्यों? आप इतने गरीब हैं, आपकी सोसाइटी में कोई, बस लोग आपकी सिर्फ इज्जत ही करते हैं कि आप हमारे टीचर हैं. कोई आके बहुत बड़े पुलिस वाले आए, उन्होंने आपका पैर छू लिया, हाँ जी आपके स्टूडेंट है. What else? मेरे दोस्त देखो इतने बड़े बड़े बिजनेसमैन हैं, लंबी लंबी गाड़ियां, and all that. You know, this is what was the psyche when I was 16. वो कहते नहीं बेटा, there is something called as genes also. Anyway, I got admission in BSc. It was my teachers who really changed entire thinking. You can yourself imagine जिस तरह का परिवेश उस वक्त कॉलेज में था, किस तरह के इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स रहे होंगे, प्रिमिटिव. उनका एक सैंपल आप आज भी कलकत्ता में सर जेसी बोस का जो म्यूजियम है उसमें देख सकते हैं. इतने पुराने किस्म के पोटोमीटर्स. I have made a transition from 75 to 2017 and therefore seen the entire metamorphosis of the college. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. But then my experience was that it was those teachers who really inspired you. How can I forget Dr. V. Verma, Dr. A.S. Saxena, Mrs. Bajaj, and our chemistry teachers like C.L. Kumar, then Professor Narayanan, and all others who were so good in their subject. The point is, their teaching made us not academically good. You can be a mediocre and still succeed in life, but then they really made us work, and they really taught us what is teaching. And it was their effort that changed my mind. सारी मेरी जो प्राण थे वो सब धरे के धरे रह गए. I said no, I will become a teacher. Deshbandhu College gave me pride when I went to MSc for the first time. There was no honors. बाहर के colleges में कोई honors नहीं होता था. One of my professors, whom I share as one of the best ones, just looked at me and said, "हैं, कहाँ से आए हो?" देशबंधु कॉलेज से. वहाँ तो BSc जनरल है. मैंने कहा हाँ जी. तुम इन बच्चों के साथ compete कर पाओगे? ये तो सब honors वाले हैं. इन्होंने तो बहुत पढ़ा हुआ है. मेरी हवा निकल गई. I said no, I think I'm gone. But I said मेहनत करूँगा सर. And I got a first division. I was the first student from BSc General in the history of the university to get a first division. And I thought it was my teacher's training in Deshbandhu College. There are so many anecdotes my younger colleagues, I have never shared with them. Why I was inclined in nature photography, why I took so many trips of students to the Himalayas. Our first trip was in 1970 with Dr. Saxena. And this was my first exposure as to what is plant collection, how do you enjoy along with your studies. And I never looked back. For 40 years. I've been taking the students to the other things. All of my predecessors who have just spoken have said many things and made my job easier. But then one or two more confessions. Ticket मैंने भी कभी नहीं खरीदी. बस मैं भी हमेशा staff पे ही चला था 3 साल. And I was the president of the biological society. उस वक्त biological society होती थी botany और zoology मिला के. And the only thing that I somehow missed in some of the later years of my teaching was the quality of lectures, the quality of extension lectures, and the cultural activities that we used to have. We learned so much from a play of Shakespeare, being a non-science, non-literature student, that it was real fun. And as all the other speakers have said, that it has given them what they wanted to be in life. I think it is Deshbandhu College who has given me much more than I even wanted in life. Because some things are imposed on you. So that means it was such a big reservoir of knowledge. And the same we saw in the stewardship of various principles. I remember when we had our first agitation in college. I was a leader, and Dr. K.S. Thapar was the principal after Professor Katwalia. This is a story of 1969. And we went on hunger strike. He said, "Beta, baithe raho. I will never listen to you because your demands are unreasonable." And he was such a knowledgeable person. And then he called me and said, "Kya problem hai tumhari?" Acha, fir bataya, okay, this will be done. This doesn't require an agitation. This is how he whisked off such a big agitation in one word. I don't know why people can't do this anymore. I don't think God makes people like those anymore. So this is a very brief journey of 50 years that I possess. Thank you.